What is good, YouTube? Welcome to another video. Today, I'm going to be reacting to Killer Girlfriend doesn't realize she was caught by CCTV, CC camera TV. We're about to get into it, bro. We like the mystery. We like the mystery, bro. You know what I'm saying?
What's her name?
I like the mystery.
This feels like something's bothering me. Tara, it's the police.
The officers you were looking at are attempting to enter an apartment to conduct a wellness check. But what they find behind this door will shock them.
Clear that. Clear that. Come in here.
No.
290.
Yeah, go ahead.
You have a female
What do you
down
mean, bro? Oh man, what the fuck? Shit.
What's her name? Tara?
This feels like something's bothering me.
Tara, it's the police.
The officers you were looking at are attempting to enter an apartment to conduct a wellness check. But what they find behind this door will shock them.
Clear that. Clear that. Come in here.
No.
290.
Yeah, go ahead.
You have a female down in a bedroom.
No.
Oh
Please,
man, no. The one thing I hate more than death is female death, bro. Bro, what, man?
Homicide.
You're kidding me, bro.
Oh, come in here, brother.
One hour earlier, the Canton Police Department in Ohio received a 911 call asking them to check in on a 26-year-old woman named Tierra Birch.
Yeah, please, Mackenzie.
Yes, ma'am. I need a wellness health check for my daughter. I
Okay.
think something's wrong. Very wrong.
How old's your daughter?
26,
What's her name?
Tierra Birch.
Two patrol officers were immediately dispatched to Tierra's apartment. When they arrived, Tierra's father was waiting for them on the front lawn.
My daughter texted me 6:39 this morning. Says she had COVID. I got off work. Came here to bring her some medicine.
Bro, he's
And
COVID.
nothing. Her phone goes like voicemail. I called my boy here. He ain't heard her. I called her other friend. He ain't heard her. The lady back there in that blue house said she seen some tall dude driving a car and somebody took laundry baskets out of her apartment out.
The officers headed inside the building, where they met Tierra's younger brother, Tyrese.
When you guys call, can you guys hear her phone ring?
Okay.
Tara, it's the police.
With no response from Tierra, the officers were becoming
Man, bro, imagine knocking on a dead person's door, bro. Imagine that, bro. Imagine knocking on a dead person's door, bro. Man, bro.
increasingly concerned. But at this point, they still needed permission to access the unit if they wanted to check on her.
Landlord is coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we don't have enough to force entry. So if the landlord's on his way, we'd rather take that route.
She got a boyfriend or nothing?
Yeah. Supposedly, yeah.
Okay.
He's supposed to be in jail, but
Okay.
I'll be out.
With that tall, thin male, would that match the description or
Yes.
of the boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay.
Tall and dark.
They got, between the two of them, any violent history?
He's got domestic with some other women in Massillon.
One of the officers went back to the police cruiser and confirmed that Tierra's boyfriend Vincent was, in fact, already in custody.
Well, Vincent's still in the jail.
He's still in?
Yeah, Vincent Ricardo Ryan is still in jail. So,
Still in jail?
yeah.
Vincent Ricardo.
All right. Please open this door, please.
The landlord arrived 10 minutes later to give the officers Tierra's key.
I'm gonna give you the key. I'll let you go in first.
What's her name? Tara?
Hold on, let me put that.
I just want to see if it'll turn.
This feels like something's bothering me.
Tara, it's the police.
As you've already seen, after realizing that the door was blocked, the officers decided to force their way inside. In Ohio, police are not allowed to use their body cams on private property, so the officers turn off their video feed, but their audio keeps rolling.
We have a female down in a bedroom. Believe this may be a homicide.
The officers
Oh my
just
god,
discovered
bro.
Tierra lying face down on the floor of her apartment in a pool of her own blood. She had 52 stab wounds all over her body, leading investigators to believe that this may have been a crime of passion. Based on the lack of physical evidence and the strong scent of bleach, it seemed that the killer had meticulously cleaned the apartment following the attack. Tierra's family couldn't believe somebody would want to harm her. They said Tierra was kind and generous and would make friends everywhere she went. They couldn't help but wonder if Vincent, who had just recently entered Tierra's life, somehow had a role in this murder, despite being locked up behind bars. But not long after Tierra's body was discovered, her father received a chilling text that said, "Sorry about your daughter. Know the game."
What?
And the content
The fuck? What? The fuck, bro?
that had sent this disturbing text? His dead daughter, Tierra Birch. The killer must have stolen Tierra's phone and was now using it to taunt her loved ones. However, this killer was a bit too cocky because this was actually a huge win for the investigators.
I'm saying, bro, they're gonna use that to track her, man. They're gonna use her phone to track Shotty, bro. You know? Man.
They now knew that if they could find Tierra's phone, they could find Tierra's killer.
You know?
They obtained the phone's location data for the past 24 hours and created a map showing exactly where the phone had pinged. They then obtained the CCTV footage from any cameras
Bro,
near
you know
those
how crazy it is for these folks to
phone's
access
location
this
data for the
this
past
type of thing, bro?
24 hours and created a map.
So you're telling me, bro, these folks can, these folks have access to all of these things, bro. One, the police can, if you delete messages, they go to recently deleted, and you delete from the recently deleted, they can still recover them joints, bro. Do you know how crazy that is, man? Do you know how crazy that is? And the second thing is, they can know your location without having your location on, bro. Bro, this shit, bro. This will have me wondering that these folks have way sophisticated technology that we know, bro. Cause ain't no way, man. Ain't no way, dude. Bro, in this street alone, there must have been like 5,000 people that walked by with a phone, but they managed to get her phone. They managed to track one, Brody,
showing exactly where the phone had pinged. They then obtained the CCTV footage from any cameras near those locations. Throughout all of the footage, there was one vehicle in particular that kept popping up. A yellow Ford Focus hatchback with a stripe on both sides. This same Ford Focus appeared on the surveillance cameras near Tierra's apartment as well, at 3:48 a.m., about a block away from Tierra's residence. The yellow Ford Focus drives into view and parks on the side of the road. Two suspects then exit the vehicle, but the footage is too dark and too blurry to identify them. The suspects walk in the direction of Tierra's apartment until they exit the frame. The detectives believed that this was just moments before Tierra was murdered. About a half hour later, one of the suspects is captured carrying something large back to their car, possibly a laundry basket.
The lady back there in that blue house said she sees some tall dude driving a car and somebody took laundry baskets out.
Over the next couple of hours, the suspects make multiple trips to and from Tierra's apartment, loading several more items into the car. In this footage, the suspects were most likely robbing Tierra's apartment and disposing of evidence. At 6:49 a.m., while they were still cleaning the crime scene.
Do you know, bro, this is what I say when people in America don't have no morals, bro. No morals, nothing. How are you going to kill somebody and then rob them? That doesn't make sense, bro. That doesn't make sense, bro. The person that you rob is gonna hunt you. He's gonna hunt you, bro. Have you heard, bro? There's a story in Africa Man, there's a story in Africa, right? This is why I will never touch a dead person's anything. There's a culture in Africa. If you are accused of killing the person, they'll bring the dead person right there, and you are gonna stand there, and the dead person is going to wake up and then slap you if you are the one that killed that person. It's heavy. It gets deep out there, boy.
Tiara's father received the text from Tiara's phone saying that she was sick.
My daughter texted me 6:39 this morning. Says she had COVID.
It is believed that this text was sent by one of the suspects pretending Tiara was still alive and attempting to delay an investigation. Fast forward to 8:20 a.m. The sun is now up, and the suspects can be seen on another camera leaving Tiara's apartment for the last time. But their faces are still obscured. Not only that, but throughout all of the footage the detectives had found, the license plate on the yellow Focus was unreadable due to the poor camera quality. The problem was that the cameras they were looking at were not equipped with license plate readers, so the resolution was too low to make out any of the text on screen. The detectives were at a dead end with the surveillance footage, so they decided to speak with Tiara's boyfriend, Vincent Ryan, to see if he had any valuable information. As we mentioned earlier, Vincent was already behind bars. Vincent had been in jail for the past 10 days after being accused of aggravated burglary. But according to him, this burglary was all one big setup, and he knew exactly who was trying to frame him.
This is all stemming from because I don't want to be with this chick. These chicks is playing games with y'all. These chicks is playing games with y'all. They playing games with me.
These
They
cheeks.
for my life, sir.
The chicks that Vincent is referring to are his ex-girlfriends, Asia Lindsay and Taylor Hammond.
Oh mine, oh mine, oh mine. 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 Man.
He was convinced that these women were falsely accusing him of burglary in order to ruin his life. What Vincent doesn't realize is that these women may have taken things to the next level.
Were you in a relationship with Tiara Birch?
Tiara Birch? Yes.
There's no easy way for me to tell you this.
Uh-huh.
We found her dead today. And we believe it's homicide.
Brody. Now, Brody, imagine.
What? Well, where? What? Where? This is some cool. And now y'all coming here telling me Tiara is dead, sir? These two. That's who y'all need to find. These two.
Immediately following this interview, detectives looked into Vincent's burglary case. They noticed that 2 people reported this burglary to the Massillon Police Department, a man named Jeffrey James, as well as Vincent's ex, Taylor Hammond. So the detectives contacted...
Telling you, bro, these stats, man, these girls are so, man, it's like, they can't accept losing, bro. They cannot accept losing. That's why you gotta know what type of female you're going into, bro. First, you gotta go. She has to be your friend first, man. That's why there's always a talking stage, bro. It's niggas out here that's dating girls. They've only been talking for 2 days, for 1 week, and you're about to you're about to cuff this girl, bro. No, you gotta talk to her first. 3 months, see how she. Bro, this goes for both girls and females, boys and females, bro. You gotta study the person before you go into a relationship, bro. Because this right here is crazy. This is crazy. This is insane, dude.
Taylor to ask her directly about the burglary. However, she claimed that she never went into the police station and didn't even know who Jeffrey James was. To confirm what she was saying, the detectives acquired the surveillance footage from the lobby of the Massillon Police Department. Jeffrey could clearly be seen waiting to speak to the police, but Taylor was nowhere to be found. However, there was somebody else waiting with him, and this person looked just like ex-girlfriend number 2, 38-year-old Asia Lindsay. The 2 can even be seen speaking to the police about the so-called burglary. After seeing this footage, the detectives working Tiara's case decided to speak with Jeffrey themselves. During this interview, Jeffrey admitted that he had actually been pressured by 2 of his friends to help file the police report against Vincent. His 2 friends were Asia Lindsay and his roommate, 31-year-old Jamal Bullock. He also pointed out that Jamal was at the police station as well when he and Asia filed the report. The detectives looked back at the footage, and at one point while Asia and Jeffrey were speaking to the police, Jamal casually walked through the lobby. It was now clear that Asia Lindsay and Jamal Bullock were the puppet masters behind Vincent's burglary allegations. But if the detectives wanted to prove that Asia and Jamal were also involved in Tierra's death, they somehow needed to place them at the crime scene. Since the surveillance footage was too dark and too blurry on the night of the crime, and the suspects were covering their face in all of the daytime footage, it seemed that the detectives were out of luck. Until they zoomed in on the daytime footage and saw that one of the suspects
I fucking knew it was the same shoes, bro. It was the same shoes as he wore in the lobby,
specific
dude.
Pair of Nike sneakers.
I was about
they
to say
compared
that,
this
man.
to the police station
I was
footage
just about to say that, dude. I was about to say that, dude.
and noticed that Jamal was wearing the exact same pair of sneakers.
I'm saying, but what are the odds, though? You know? It's Nike, bro. It's
They also checked Asia Lindsay's vehicle records, and the vehicle currently registered under her name happened to be a yellow Ford Focus hatchback. They looked up her license base and saw that on the morning of Tierra's murder, Asia's yellow Focus was photographed by a license plate reader as it passed through an intersection. They were finally able to zoom in on this license plate and confirm that this yellow Focus, with a stripe on both sides, belonged to Asia Lindsay. The detectives now believed that they had enough evidence to charge Asia and Jamal with complicity to murder. So just 2 days after Tierra was killed, officers tracked them down and placed them both under arrest.
Can you say something? I'm like so lost right now.
The officers refused to give Asia any information as she sat there in shock.
Okay, now can somebody say something to me? We want to go right downtown? Okay.
Despite being completely caught off guard, Asia was also very calm and cooperative. After arriving at the police station, she was brought directly into the interrogation room for questioning.
All right, so we have to talk about some stuff because I think that you are able to tell me the truth.
And I will. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you about anything. Like, you got to understand one thing about me is I'm a very, 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 very honest person. I've done bad things, okay? And when I've gotten caught, I never lied.
Hold on. First of all, why, bro? Does she know what's going on? In these type of situations, are you supposed to know what's going on, bro? Aren't you supposed to be shocked? Why are we explaining ourselves this early, man? We are not supposed to be explaining ourselves this early, man. You know, just go with the flow, shot. That's how you know she did it, bro.
I told the truth.
The detectives finally informed Asia that she was under arrest for the murder of Tierra Birch. Before they could ask her any questions, Asia immediately started explaining why she was near Tierra's residence that night.
I was selling. I know that sounds bad, but I gotta be honest. I make more money doing that than if I spent a whole shift at work, you know.
However, after realizing she had been caught on camera making multiple trips to and from Tierra's apartment, she completely changed her story. She said that it wasn't her in the surveillance footage, because at the time of Tierra's murder, she was tied up in her basement.
I'm involved in some weird stuff, and that's kind of like what I was involved with, and I just don't like telling people that. That's embarrassing.
Like role playing or something?
Yeah, but it's a little more extreme.
At 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I got kids. What do you, I can't be, I gotta make sure they're nice and sleeping. Sorry, like I got a whole basement. It gets real active down
What are we talking about, Shot? With your freaky ass, man.
there.
The detective scrutinized this freaky story and asked Asia what exactly was preventing her from leaving her basement.
My leash has a freaking timer on it when it unlocks and lets you loose.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not set to let me loose until 6:30.
Asia stuck to this story for the rest of her interview and kept insisting that she was the most honest person in the world. The detectives pushed back, claiming that Asia was the angry and jealous mastermind behind this entire plan. She first needed Vincent in jail, so Tierra would be left alone, giving Asia the chance to kill her. Asia firmly denied these allegations.
I have no issue with that girl. I don't even give a damn that Vince was gone.
You do. You were hoping he was going to come back to you. You're jealous.
With no progress being made and no physical evidence to disprove Asia's story, the detectives decided to wrap things up and move on to Jamal.
Were you with Asia on the 19th?
No, I was at home.
There's cameras in every house almost. So now I'm giving you a chance to be honest too.
Jamal wasn't budging either, so the detectives left to...
Jamal. Jamal.
Grabbed the surveillance footage. While Jamal sat alone in the interrogation room, it seemed that reality was starting to set in. He seemed much more nervous than Asia, especially after seeing the surveillance footage. The detectives noticed this and wasted no time upping the pressure.
I want you to tell me the truth. I don't want you to tell me something you think I want to hear. I don't want you to tell me something you don't know. I want the whole truth. Okay? How did Asia kill her? Stop saying you don't know, man. How did she kill her?
Stabbed her.
Oh, no. No. What are we doing, bro? What are we turning into, bro? What are we turning into, bro? Are we turning into wild rats? Are we turning into mice? Do we like eating cheese? Do we like getting chased by Tom? Do we like getting chased by cats? Is our meal going to be cheese? Like, what is going on, duty?
Yes, I was scared, but I didn't never put two and two that she would be out here doing something like this. I didn't mean for it to go like that.
Jamal said that when he initially agreed to help Asia, the plan was to put Vincent in jail, then steal his items from Tierra's apartment. According to him, Asia never mentioned a plan to murder Tierra, and he never expected her to be capable of something so sinister.
Sorry, it makes me feel like that.
Telling you, bro, in this world, if you are too emotional, if you can't control your emotions, bro, you are a very dangerous person. Not to yourself, but to society, bro. You gotta learn how to control your emotions, baby. You know, somebody breaks your heart, that's cool. You know, somebody, steps on your foot, that's cool, man. The world moves on. You know, somebody eat your big pussy, that's cool, baby. That's cool, bro. But shit, we gotta know how to control our emotions. You know, I just lost my parlay yesterday, bro. Yesterday, I just lost 100,000, bro. I'm lying, bro.
So she would kill me. I'm sorry what happened. And if I can do anything different, then she would not be dead right now.
The interview was concluded, and Jamal was charged with involuntary manslaughter and aggravated burglary. Asia's complicity to murder charge was then upgraded to aggravated murder. Both of them pled guilty. Jamal was sentenced to 20 to 25 years in prison.
For that bullshit, man. 25 years of your life gone. Gone just like that, man. Just like that, bro.
To 20 years to life. 1 year after his conviction, in a last-ditch effort, Jamal claimed that he was never informed of his right to appeal his sentence or the procedural aspects of his plea bargain. So he tried to file his appeal late, but this motion was denied. His first parole hearing is scheduled for November of 2041, while Asia's
God! 2041!
Parole hearing is scheduled for January of 2042.
How old I be in 2040, bro? How old am I gonna be in 2040, bro? How old am I gonna be in 20? Man, that's too far for me to even. My calendar doesn't even go that far, bro.
Asia's parole is denied. She will likely spend the rest of her natural life behind bars. Something many people were hoping for, long before Tierra's murder. Back in 2010, 32-year-old father of three, Nino Bennett, was having a night out at a Canton bar called Frames Tavern. At one point, Nino got into a full-on fistfight. He then left the bar and began walking down Lennis Avenue. Moments later, Nino sustained multiple traumatic injuries after being crushed by the motor vehicle. He died shortly after. The Canton Police Department received a 911 call from the woman who discovered his body. That woman was Asia Lindsay.
I was coming home from the mixer. I turned down this alley because I can turn down this alley to get to my house. It's a different way. That's when I came.
Ah, damn, shawty.
On the body. Like I said, I thought the guy was asleep. So I yelled to him, hey, get up. And he didn't respond. I even blew the horn. No response. So therefore, I drove down and I backed out and I pulled back in to realize his head is bleeding. and you can see his spine. And it looked like I promise, it looked like someone took something and just like ripped right up him. No one was out here. It was like a couple of people, but for the most part, nobody was out here.
Although Asia said that she called the police right away, when the police arrived at the scene, her father and brother were already there. After evaluating Nino's injuries, the authorities determined that his death was a vehicular homicide. The police struggled to gain momentum in the case, so they urged the public to come forward with any information. Nino's family spoke to the media several times after his death, begging Nino's killer to turn themselves in.
It's turned our world upside down.
They took him away from his daughters.
It took away someone far, far too soon before his time. Most definitely someone had it out for him.
Yes, the truth will come out sooner or later. And if you have any heart whatsoever, bring yourself forward.
You can ask God to forgive you, and we ask God to forgive you. Please just come and do what you're supposed to do. This person can't just wander around free thinking they got away with this.
The investigation into Nino's death went on for months with zero progress, so eventually the case went cold.
And this could have been a sheer accident, you know? Pure accident. It's sad. It's hurtful. Yeah, and I'm just sad now. Now I feel bad. I feel like I want to cry. Yeah.
What the fuck are we laughing, bro? What the fuck is funny about this?
I'm right, though.
To this day, 16 years later, Nino's family is still seeking answers, hoping to one day bring justice to Nino's killer.
We met with Nino's family just after the 15-year anniversary of his death. His dad has since passed away. His daughters have grown up, and now they have children of their own, grandchildren Nino never got to meet.
That man was a loving father, which you took, a loving husband, which you took, a son, which you took.
His family keeps a memorial up in this alley where he lost his life.
Okay, right here we have this big banner that says Justice for Nino.
Nino's oldest daughter, Chloe, holds on to the few memories she has of her dad. His youngest daughter, Carly, was just 2 years old when he died, too young for any memories at all.
Growing up, when you're little like that, and you go to school and you have father-daughter dances, you got that taken away. When you get married, you can't have your father walk you down the aisle.
He was at this tavern around the corner before it happened. They heard he got into a fight with someone, and they believe he was run over on purpose. We asked those questions to Canton police, who tell us they're still investigating.
I don't understand how they can just sleep at night knowing
Man, this is the craziest thing about the United States, bro. You know? This is the craziest thing. I feel like, taking someone's life in the United States, it's not a taboo, bro. It's not extreme. You see how niggas just get mad and want to take your life? In Africa, bro, taking someone's life is extreme taboo. I feel like, bro, the United States, man.
That they did this. So, come forward.
It's very sad because, that's somebody's son. That could be somebody's dad. And for someone to do something like that, it's just like, man, like, people really don't have hearts.
Bro, Nino's case is still active, bro. Rest in peace to that guy, bro. Alright, that was it for... Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. That was it for today. Y'all. I'll see you guys on the next one. I appreciate you for watching, Fake diamonds don't shine at all, and the dark might still bling. Fake diamonds don't shine at all, and the dark might gon' bling. Fake diamonds don't shine at all, and the dark might still bling. Bling, bling, bling.